The Rolling Stones are back with their first new music in 8 years, and it's a surprisingly topical new track. My review of Living in a Ghost Town is coming up next on Track by Track. Hey everybody, my name's Kyle, and this is Track by Track, music reviews, news, and commentary. Thanks for tuning in today, and if this is your first time here, please take a second to click subscribe so that you won't miss future reviews and more. Undoubtedly, we are living in interesting times. I've heard it said that the world's state of lockdown in the face of a global pandemic has been the great equalizer, that the virus doesn't care if you're rich or poor, it'll kill you just the same. So as you're taking shelter in your home for weeks on end and feeling a bit stir-crazy, consider the fact that all of the musicians that you love are doing the exact same thing. I've actually found it really cool to get a glimpse into their usually private worlds, as we've seen so many acts streaming live concert performances from their homes. In fact, while watching last week's star-studded One World Together at Home concert, I often found those peeks into those private worlds to be as interesting as the music itself. Probably the biggest acts to participate in that concert had to be the Rolling Stones. It was really cool to see Mick, Keith, Ron, and Charlie all performing together, but separately from the safety of their own homes. The choice to play You Can't Always Get What You Want was definitely an inspired one, and a message that we can all relate to at this particular moment in time. Now, it's been known for a while that the Stones have been actively working on new material for an upcoming album. It's actually been 15 years since their last album of all original material, A Bigger Bang, back in 2005. They released a blues covers album, Blue and Lonesome, back in 2016, of course, but the last time we actually heard a new original song from these guys was the two bonus tracks that they added to their 2012 Best Of collection. Now, being on lockdown has actually inspired these guys, not only to release one of the new songs that they've been working on, but also to polish up the lyrics to reflect the state of the world today. Living in a Ghost Town is the title, and even before I heard the first note, I was nodding my head in approval. According to the band, the song has been in the works for over a year, so it's a pretty prophetic musical statement if you think about it. Musically, there's no big surprises here, and I think that's good news. This is the Stones doing what the Stones do best. Living in a Ghost Town is a mid-tempo, blues-infused chug and strum that's a sax solo short of being the long-lost twin of their 1978 hit, Miss You. Both songs are bolstered by some great harmonica playing, but Ghost Town didn't get quite as irresistible of a hook. That's okay, though. I think there's still a strong melody throughout, and I like how the later parts of the track take on just a bit of a reggae flavor. I also love the lyrical interplay throughout the song, especially on the pre-chorus. Even though an icon like Mick would never be considered an everyman, there's nothing about his descriptions of desolation and loneliness, as well as corruption and chaos, that ever comes across as pretentious. I believe it. Coming from Mick Jagger or coming from my friends on Facebook, we're all going through it right now. We're all living in our own ghost towns. So bravo to the Rolling Stones for tapping into that feeling of common anxiety in such a cathartic way. It's also interesting to consider this song in the context of the two new tracks we've been graced with by an equally iconic talent, Bob Dylan. Here's a man who was once the voice of a generation, and yet today I would hardly call his new songs, Murder Most Foul or I Contain Multitudes, particularly of our time. Granted, at least one of those songs was actually written several years ago, but still, as great as Dylan's quote-unquote new music may be, it's the Rolling Stones that have delivered the song we actually needed. Once again, my name's Kyle, and this has been Track by Track. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, plus check out some of these other videos that I think you might also enjoy. And of course, be sure to click subscribe, because true music fans always want new releases the day they come out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.